Was it all just a dream? Did the last 6 months really happen?
So, the plan that we have in place is we got to take 3.5...
On July 11, 2004, Modern Postcard CEO Stephen Hoffman was attending his weekly managers meeting.
That's what you want.
At 8:50 a.m., an HR representative entered the room and whispered some disturbing news to Mr. Hoffman. She explained that the press was down and that no postcards would be printed for the rest of the day, putting the company severely behind schedule. Not knowing what to do, with no one telling him what to do, Mr. Hoffman sat quietly in his chair for 8 minutes as the managers pressed on. What was going through his mind during those 8 minutes? Was he thinking about how this would impact the company? Perhaps he was trying to remember the ingredients of a Snickers bar. Did it have caramel or nougat? Then, at 8:59 a.m., the HR rep again walked into the room and whispered that the binder machine had also gone down. Mr. Hoffman continued to sit quietly for another full hour. Finally, at 10 a.m., Mr. Hoffman received yet more disturbing news. The soda fountain in the kitchen was not operating.
Wait. Hold it, you guys. There's been an emergency. I gotta go.
Leave my past, leave my home, and I'll find my way.
Later that morning, Mr. Hoffman held a staff conference to address the devastating news.
My fellow employees, at 10:00 hours this morning, I received news that our soda fountain broke down and is no longer dispensing soda. After a short discussion with these staff, I've decided to send several employees to 7-Eleven to pick up Big Gulps. In the meantime, I have a bottle of apple cider that I've put in the downstairs coffee bar freezer, and once it's chilled a bit, we can ration it out. And now, since there's no more questions, I'd like to take this moment for a photo op.
At 11:15 a.m., 5 employees were selected to go to 7-Eleven to pick up Big Gulps.
I don't really like to talk about it too much because it was a really hard time in my life, and whenever I think back on it, it really stirs up a lot of bad memories. But what I do recall is the sense of pride that I felt when they sent us out to get the sodas.
The mission to go get some sodas didn't seem like a big deal at all.
We were coming back from 7-Eleven, and you know, we had our cups all full, we were armloads of them, and
as we were walking back, I remember the sun in my eyes. I wasn't able to really see what was happening. I noticed a black SUV spinning around the corner and headed right for us.
Out of nowhere, this black SUV came around the corner, and
you know, there came that black SUV. It was coming, you know, way over 5 miles an hour. I don't know what he was thinking. Bob started pushing Sid out of the way. We were all just jumping, trying to take cover.
I just needed to get out of the way, and Forrest was next to me, and I was worried that he was going to get hit and Jim was going to get hit, and we just all collided.
I didn't get a good look at the driver. I do remember something white on the back of the car as he was down at the end of the driveway.
It was crazy. It was a terrible day.
I would like to thank Bob. He's my hero. He saved my life.
It was hellish.
I don't like to think about it.
I realized that none of the employees sent to 7-Eleven were related in any way to any of the managers, and I began to wonder, would management be willing to send their own sons and daughters to 7-Eleven? I decided to find out.
Morning, Bill.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Beautiful day, huh?
Yeah, it's nice. Hey, listen, Bill, we're out here because we were just talking about the employees that were sent to 7-Eleven, the Big Gulp incident.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't go over too well. And we noticed that none of the employees that were sent were related in any way to the managers, any of the managers here. And we're just curious to know, as a manager, would you be willing to send one of your own kids over to 7-Eleven?
Well, that's a good question, Michael. I don't know. What would you have done?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
But I'm asking you.
Well, Bill, I don't have kids.
Ah, that's the point.
Yeah, but you haven't answered the question.
Oh, I think I have.
Hey, Jim. Hey, how's it going?
What?
Hey,
What?
listen, we just want to ask you a quick question.
I don't have anything to hide.
That's good, because we just want to ask you a quick question.
Hey, look, Godzilla!
Apparently, I wasn't going to get any answers. At 2:35 p.m., 4 proactive employees decided to research the problem firsthand. Sure enough, the fountain was not functioning. Then they asked Maria Delgado to show them where the power source was located. Although the fountain was plugged in, the power strip was switched off. It was time to sink or drink. As it turns out, the power was accidentally turned off during routine cleaning. There was no conspiracy, no elaborate cover-up to hide the truth. So life returned to normal at Modern Postcard. People got on with their work and their lives, and the events of that day were soon a distant memory. But if there's anything that should be remembered, it's that during a time of crisis, everyone worked together for the common good. What have we learned from all of this? Well, I've learned that when bad things happen, they force to the surface the good in all of us.
Noticed a black SUV headed right for us.
Black SUV.
Black SUV.
Well, most of the time.